Hi, your phone is controlling you. Not in some conspiracy theory way, in a very real, very measurable, very designed way. And I'm not here to tell you to go on a digital detox or to shame you for being addicted. I'm here to explain exactly what's happening in your brain every time you pick up that device. Because once you understand the mechanics of how you're being manipulated, you can't unsee it. And maybe, just maybe, you can start to break free. The truth about your phone: it's a slot machine in your pocket. Every time you check your phone, you're pulling the lever on a slot machine. Sometimes you get a reward, a text, a like, an interesting notification. Sometimes you get nothing. This randomness is key. It's called a variable ratio reinforcement schedule, and it's the most addictive reward system ever discovered. Casinos use it, social media companies use it, and your brain can't resist it. When you don't know if you'll get a reward, your brain releases more dopamine than if you knew for certain you'd get one. The anticipation is more powerful than the actual reward. So every time you reach for your phone, your brain is literally getting a hit of dopamine before you even see what's there, just from the possibility that something might be waiting. Why you check your phone when you're not even expecting anything? You know that feeling. You're sitting there, and suddenly your hand moves toward your phone. You weren't waiting for a message. You didn't hear a notification. You just reached for it. That's not lack of willpower. That's classical conditioning. Your brain has learned that phone equals potential reward, so it starts craving that dopamine hit, even when there's no logical reason to check. Your phone has become a security blanket, a pacifier, a way to fill any moment of silence, boredom, or discomfort. Waiting in line? Check phone. Elevator ride? Check phone. Commercial break? Check phone. Bathroom? Check phone. You've trained your brain to never be alone with itself, to never experience a moment of genuine boredom or quiet. The fear that drives the compulsion. Underneath the addiction is fear. Fear of missing out. Fear of being disconnected. Fear of being forgotten. Fear of not being needed. Your phone promises to solve all of these fears. It tells you, stay connected and you'll never miss anything important. Keep checking and people will know you care. Be available and you'll be valued. But here's what actually happens. The more you check, the more anxious you become about not checking. The more connected you try to be, the more disconnected you feel from your actual life. The more available you make yourself, the less present you are for anything real. Why your phone hijacks your attention span. Your phone doesn't just want your attention when you're using it. It wants to fragment your attention all the time. Even when your phone is just sitting there, silent, your brain is partially focused on it. Studies show that just having your phone visible reduces your cognitive performance, even if it's face down, even if it's off. Your brain knows it's there. And part of your mental bandwidth is always wondering, what if something happened? This is why you can't focus like you used to, why reading feels harder, why deep work feels impossible, why conversations feel shallow. Your attention has been sliced into tiny fragments, and you've forgotten what it feels like to think about one thing for more than a few minutes. The illusion of productivity. Your phone makes you feel busy and productive while actually making you less efficient. You're constantly switching between tasks, checking messages while working, scrolling while watching TV, texting while talking to people. But multitasking is a myth. Your brain doesn't actually do multiple things at once. It rapidly switches between tasks, and every switch costs mental energy. So you end up feeling exhausted from being busy all day, but you can't point to anything meaningful you actually accomplished. Your phone has turned you into a perpetual task switcher, always reactive, never proactive, always responding to other people's priorities instead of focusing on your own. Why you reach for your phone when you're uncomfortable. Your phone has become your go-to escape from any uncomfortable emotion. Anxious? Check phone. Bored? Check phone. Sad? Check phone. Lonely? Check phone. Overwhelmed? Check phone. But here's the problem. Every time you use your phone to avoid an emotion, you teach your brain that the emotion is dangerous, that you can't handle it, that you need to escape. So your tolerance for discomfort shrinks. Your ability to sit with difficult feelings atrophies. your emotional resilience weakens. Instead of learning to process emotions, you learn to distract from them. Instead of developing coping skills, you develop avoidance patterns. The social pressure that keeps you hooked. Your phone addiction isn't just personal, it's social. Everyone expects you to be available, to respond quickly, to like their posts, to stay current. If you don't check your phone regularly, you feel guilty, like you're letting people down, like you're being rude, like you're missing out on being a good friend. This social pressure creates a cycle. You check your phone because others expect it. Others expect it because everyone checks their phone. The norm becomes constant availability, and opting out feels antisocial. Why notifications are designed to interrupt you. Notifications aren't just alerts, they're psychological weapons. They're designed to be impossible to ignore, to create urgency where none exists, to make everything feel important and time-sensitive. A notification says, "Stop what you're doing. This is more important," even when it's just someone liking your photo from 3 years ago. And your brain can't tell the difference between a text message and an actual emergency. It treats every ping as if it might be life or death information. So you live in a constant state of low-level alert, always ready to drop everything for the next notification, never fully present for whatever you're actually doing. The comparison trap in your pocket. Your phone gives you unlimited access to everyone else's highlight reel, and your brain compares it to your behind-the-scenes reality. You see other people's vacations while you're at work, their success stories while you're struggling, their perfect moments while you're dealing with ordinary life. This constant comparison rewires your brain to always be looking outside yourself for validation, to always be measuring your life against others, to never be satisfied with what you have. Your phone has turned you into a full-time social comparison machine, always scanning for evidence of how you measure up, always finding ways you fall short. What's really happening when you just check quickly? You tell yourself you're just checking for 2 seconds, but your brain knows better. The moment you pick up your phone, you enter what researchers call continuous partial attention. Your mind fractures. Even after you put it down, part of your brain stays scattered. It takes an average of 23 minutes to fully refocus after a distraction, but most people check their phones every 12 minutes, which means you're never actually focused. You're always in a state of partial attention. Here's what you can do about it. I'm not going to tell you to throw your phone away. That's not realistic. But you can start reclaiming control. Turn off all non-essential notifications. If it's not a call or a text from a real person, it doesn't need to interrupt you. Create phone-free zones. Your bedroom, your dining table, your workspace, places where your full attention belongs somewhere else. Practice tolerating boredom. When you feel the urge to check your phone, sit with it for 30 seconds. Notice the discomfort. Don't fix it. Just feel it. Put your phone in another room when you're working. Out of sight, out of mind actually works. Remember, your phone is a tool, not a master. It should serve your life, not control it. But first you have to stop pretending it's not controlling you. You have to get honest about how much of your attention, your time, your mental energy it's actually consuming. Because the companies that designed your phone are counting on you not noticing. They're counting on you thinking this is normal. They're counting on you believing you're in control, but you're not. And admitting that is the first step to getting your brain back.